Anthropic just released Claude Fable-5, a Mythos class model that is the most powerful AI model in the world. And in this video, we're going to be vibe coding with this model. We're going to be building multiple software applications with this, and I'm going to show you just how powerful this is for vibe coding. Alright guys, so this is the first application that Claude Fable-5 has built for me. It's an interactive 3D Rubik's Cube that I can play around with, and this is truly amazing. The physics on this, the graphics on this, I can press keys to maneuver the cube, I can reset this, I can press S on my keyboard to scramble the cube. This is all very, very amazing. This is really professional, and this is something that I have never, ever seen a real model do till date, whether that's GPT 5.5, Opus 4.8. None of them have one-shotted this in this level of perfection. This was just one prompt and it gave me this in less than 7 minutes, and this is completely accurate. It's exactly what I mentioned in the full prompt. So if I head over to cursor, I have Fable-5 over here, and this is the prompt that I put in. So build a production quality interactive 3D Rubik's Cube, and it built exactly that in just a couple of minutes without any issues. And this is the first time that I've seen this with any AI model. Now for our next prompt, let's see if you can actually make a double pendulum. So this is going to test its physics, it's going to test its thinking ability and its execution ability. I've also told it to make it look super incredible, so we're going to be able to test the UI and how it can make super attractive applications as well. So let's hit enter and we'll be back when Fable-5 has built our entire application for us. Alright, so as you can see, it has built a double pendulum. This was just 2 or 3 minutes, and this is absolutely incredible. The physics is on point, the graphics are incredible, this looks beautiful, and I even have some UI controls over here, so if I want to increase the gravity, I can do that. If I want to increase the mass of one and the second, one of these pendulums, I can do that. All of these things I have control over. I can increase the glow, I can decrease the glow. You can see this is working. So this is absolutely incredible. We have a working double pendulum. The physics are accurate. The graphics are beautiful. This is absolutely incredible. Other models cannot do this at this speed with this level of accuracy, and I can guarantee that. You try this with Opus 4.8 or a Sonnet model or even a Haiku model, or you try this with, Gemini, Grok. None of those models can do this at this speed within 1 or 2 minutes. And this level of efficiency and this level of perfection I have not seen yet. So this is absolutely incredible from a physics standpoint and from a UI standpoint. So now I have Fable-5 building an entire Microsoft Excel clone for me, just the front end to see how good it is. I've added in my own touch, so a red and black color scheme. Let's see how beautiful it is, how it works, and if it actually does what it's supposed to. Let's see how good Fable-5 is at this. Alright, and it has built the Microsoft Excel clone here, and this is absolutely beautiful. I know my words sound very, very exaggerated, but in all honesty, this is actually the best UI I've ever seen an AI model generate. So I built this with a lot of models. I've built it with GPT-5 before, and a variety of different models before, but this outshines all of them. The reason I'm saying this is look at the quality of the icons here. Look at the glow here. Look at the font here. This is all very beautiful, and it fits exactly what I said in the prompt. I said I want a red and black color scheme. So if I want to enter in stuff here, I can do that. I want to enter in 5,000 here or random numbers over here. So it is working. I can input text here, and this is exactly what we asked for. We asked for a working front end. So build me an MS Excel UI that I can actually type into, make it look super good with a red and black color scheme, just HTML and CSS. So type values don't persist after refresh and formulas don't compute. Say the word if you ever want a small JS layer for that. So it's mentioning the shortcoming. It's completely honest here. It's completely transparent. One thing that I love about Anthropic in their models, this is very honest here. And it built this. This was not too long. This was just 2 or 3 minutes, and it built the entire application. So it's mentioning what we have, and it's saying that we can add JS. So now let's add JS to see how good it is at adding JavaScript, adding a backend, and let's see how fast it is at doing that. Now this is absolutely incredible. Let me be very honest with you guys about something. I don't know how to use Microsoft Excel. So in the prompt I gave to Fable-5, I told it to give me ways that I can test if the formulas are working. And so not only did it build the JavaScript and the backend in record time in just a couple of minutes, but it also gave me a very efficient way to test it out because I didn't know how to use Excel. So now we're going to head back over to our platform. And over here you can see I've been testing out some math here. So let's put in something random. Let's say 55 times 2. All right, we got to put an equal sign right here. So it should give us 110 when I hit enter. And there you go, it's working. Now if I put in something like 9 times 9, this is very basic, but it's going to give me 81 if I hit enter. So now it's working. Earlier it was just a front end, but we added a back end and it worked very quickly. So you can see that the iteration speed here is also very incredible. The UI is incredible, and this is really a new tier of models. This is not on the same level as Opus or Sonnet or Haiku. This is completely different because The accuracy here is on point. Until I've been testing this till now, I have never seen it fumble. I've never seen it go wrong with anything. It's not glitched. It's not come up with a single bug. It is just one-shotting every prompt that I give it. It's coming up with everything in really record times. So this is all amazing. Now let's talk more about the benchmarks and the impact that these models, Fable-5 and Mythos, are going to have on the economy and on worldwide industries. Now let's go through Anthropic's announcement and talk about all of the amazing things that come with Fable-5 and Mythos-5. So Anthropic claims that Fable-5's capabilities exceed those of any model they've ever made generally available to the public, to users like me and you. And I absolutely agree with this statement. I think Fable-5 is a completely different league of models. Fable and Mythos operate in a completely different level, so that is true. And it's saying that the longer and more complex the task, the larger Fable-5's lead over their other models. And this is something we've seen on a much smaller scale with Opus and Sonnet. So you know how a lot of people, when they have big and complex tasks, they give that to Opus and then they leave the easy tasks for Sonnet or Haiku? Well, this is just that, but exponentially increased. So if you have long and complex and difficult tasks, I'd really recommend giving them to super powerful models like Claude Fable-5, and then leaving the iteration and other stuff, the basic stuff, for models like Opus and Sonnet. Now, what exactly is the difference between Claude Mythos-5 and Claude Fable-5? Well, essentially, it's the same underlying model as Fable-5. So Claude Mythos-5 has the same underlying model as Fable-5, but with the safeguards lifted in some areas. So that's something that I really don't want to get too much into. Claude Mythos-5 is essentially the same thing, but with a couple differences in the safeguards. Now, they're saying that the capabilities of models like Fable-5 and Mythos-5 have the potential to do profound good for the world. Now, they're doing a lot of great stuff with this, but it's really interesting to see what the general public can do, people like me and you who are just trying out new models and new tools. So I want to hear from you guys what you guys think about this model. Let me know in the comment section down below if you want to see me test out some more applications with Fable-5, if you want to see me build different things, you want to see any particular workflow, do let me know in the comment section down below. I'd be happy to try. Now, even after resisting, I do want to show you guys a little bit of the benchmarks. So as you can see, Claude Mythos-5 and Fable-5 operate on a completely different level compared to Anthropic's previously best model, Opus 4.8. So you can see here that this is all much better than Opus 4.8 in literally every single benchmark, whether that's agentic coding, cybersecurity. You can see a very big jump in cybersecurity, and there's a lot of people talking about how, it's going to cause cybersecurity vulnerabilities without the safeguards. That's why Fable-5 has been released. This is all just stuff that you can read in this documentation. You want to check it out, anthropic.com/news/Claude-Fable-5-Mythos-5. So you can check that out as well. And Fable-5 and Mythos-5 can work autonomously for longer than any previous Claude models. All great stuff. So during early testing, Stripe reported that Fable-5 compressed months of engineering into days. This is something that we saw firsthand in this video. The speed was unreal, the efficiency, the accuracy was all unreal. So in a 50 million line Ruby codebase, the model performed a codebase-wide migration in a day that would have otherwise taken a whole team over 2 months by hand. The comparison to real human developers here is just completely unreal. I was comparing it to previous AI models, but if you look at comparing this to human developers, what we built today would take a human developer a long time to code from scratch. If you think about the pendulums that we built or the Rubik's Cube that we built, it would take a human developer hours to build that, whereas Fable-5 built it in just a couple of minutes. So that is not even a question right over here. So there's a lot of benchmarks here, a lot of cool stuff, a lot of videos that Anthropic has released about Fable-5 building a variety of different things. Here's Cursor CEO Michael Truel, somebody to really look up to. I watched his podcast on Lex Friedman, and that was really amazing. I'm just rambling here, but he said that Claude Fable-5 is the state-of-the-art model on Cursor Bench. I'm waiting to see what it's like on Bridge Bench by Matthew Miller. A lot of cool things that we're going to test out. But as you can see, this model is definitely much higher than any previous model. That's the message that I'm trying to get across, and this is what I've noticed. So I can keep on rambling about how great this model is. We can go through this entire documentation, but I'm pretty sure we don't need to do that right now. So I recommend you get started with Claude Fable-5 yourself. You can try it out on Claude on the desktop app, on Claude Code. And you have access to Fable-5 right now, not Mythos-5. So just try it out, let me know your thoughts, and let me know if you want any videos in the comment section down below. Thank you.